seated. Nothing fell, everything's fine, everything's fine, nothing's on fire. But speaking of fire, so I thought we could, I swear this will connect. I thought we could share just some Seder highlights. You can just share basically things, anything, any kind of like greatest hits reels from your Seders last night or something, a memory that's like really sort of prominent for you this year. So, and Jerry, Mr. Jerry Grunt, this is where I was thinking of fire, said he wrote his own 10 plagues, which he will share with us momentarily. So, yeah, I guess I'll start in terms of just the Seder this year. I think this year, my kids, something that kind of pleasantly surprised me, my kids got really into it. My daughter made a game where she created 3 cards, like you have a word on each card, and everybody gets 3 cards, and it's 2 words that are just random, and then 1 word that's related to Passover. And you have to, at some point in the Seder, you have to make a sentence with the 3 words that you got. So it would be like, dirt, corn, and maror or something. Yeah, so, what?
No, you can't have corn and you shouldn't eat dirt, but you should eat maror.
There you go. Thank you, June. Very good. You did it. Yeah, and then my son got in a little basket and pretended to be baby Moses. So those were my 2 highlights. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah. So we had Seder at Aunt Norma's last night with lots of family, and it just happened organically. But every time you read the word awe, A-W-E, everybody, I think it started with our family, but everyone started, aw. And it was just lovely because everybody bought into it. And it's a very Shetner thing, but it was nice.
Yeah. That buy-in, that's I feel like that's where the magic happens, is where something happens and everybody buys into what's happening. Yeah? Eli? That's awesome.
And
Wait,
did you win?
yeah, who?
We sure did.
Oh.
We were two years in a row, right? Impressive for your family. Wow. We call it Jubilee.
Yeah. Suburban Torah Center's got nothing on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jerry, can you share what you shared with me?
This almost sounds like a set. The fact that I brought this with me.
Here you go. Go to the
Yeah,
mic.
why don't you come to the mic so we can hear you?
But people on Zoom, they won't hear you. They won't hear you back there, Jerry.
So every year at our Seder, I try to do something that makes it very relevant to today. So I have this terrible habit of reading the newspaper every day. And I decided that what I was going to do this year is make up our own 10 plagues. So what I did, as I dipped my finger in the wine, Dam Tzfardeh, I would say the Hebrew word, but then I would read one of the plagues. So, Dam, thou shalt deny every woman the right to an abortion. Thou shalt not control guns so that our children can be murdered at school. Thou shalt reduce the availability of Medicaid so that the neediest in our society will be denied proper medical care. Thou shalt sit silently while our Congress destroys the greatest democracy the world has ever known for their own financial benefit. Thou shalt ignore climate change so that the world will perish from starvation. Thou shalt ignore the hate that is spreading until everyone in the world hates one another. Thou shalt increase the number of lobbyists until the voice of the people becomes totally meaningless. Thou shalt deny the rights of all people who are not exactly like ourselves. Thou shalt pass more laws to benefit only the wealthiest amongst us, And number 10, thou shalt establish more sports betting apps on college campuses to teach students the value of losing their tuition. And interestingly enough, I sent this to a few of my friends, got an email from a friend of mine this morning who says he has a very close relative on a college campus who is in that position today.
Can you, it won't help us for this year, but can you send that out to people in the congregation for, people can have it for having another Seder after the quote unquote.
Yeah, we'll figure out a way how to do it. Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, and your reading and your matzatai, you kind of remind me of just, I don't, yeah, well,
You gotta see that.
I gotta see, I think I have seen it, yeah, but that Pesach, like Passover, it's really like this play between like talking about like really serious issues that are troubling us as people, as a society, but also like the playfulness, and that it's for, we want to keep people entertained, and it's like this constant balance of, yeah, like the matzah tie and the matzah suit, and then talking about all of these like really relevant, pressing, existential, stop reading the newspaper so much articles, issues. Does anybody else want to share from their Seder? Yes, Debbie.
Not this year, but going back years ago, all those little nursery school songs, we kept them going, and the kids were their friends, and they would all sit at the end table on their heads. So, but now I know some of them are using them.
There you go. Really.
We sang all the songs from the second half of the Seder. We were up singing as a family, and it was wonderful. We did Chad Mi'adeh, Chad Gadya, Adirgu, and it was just really fun and really nice, and it just, it was, right, it just felt good to be together and to sing like that.
Nice.
Question for you, Cantor. Why are the songs at the end and not somewhere in the middle of the Seder? Like an afterthought.
Why are the songs at the end and not in the middle?
I think sisters have to stay up until midnight until the first one.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I'm my sort of guess, or like my sort of, yeah, I don't know like if there's like a particular answer, but they're part of Nirtzah, they're part of the conclusion of the Seder, so it's almost like piyutim or something like sort of paraliturgical. I mean, yeah, that's right. I guess I mean, I feel like they're essentially drinking songs. Like Echad Mi'odea, it's like you go to 13, you're like, I mean, it's like drinking songs. And they,
You're right.
I mean, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles, it's the same thing. It's, yeah.
That's how we felt. We were getting a little.
That's what it is. Anybody else? Any last few things to share before we move on to Musaf? Anything else? Cool. And if your Seder this year was, wasn't what you wanted, or you didn't get to one, I just also want to acknowledge that we hold people also like the loneliness, that not everybody has a Seder, and that we should all aspire to make sure that everybody has a place at a table, and that if you are in that situation, to please let us know, and we'll find a place for you to go, that you should never feel that you don't have a place to go.